what might happen in the cold week. Go ahead.
The falcon can turn popsicle.
The what?
The falcon can turn popsicle.
Falcon?
The popcorn.
Popcorn. Okay, so the popcorn turns into a popsicle.
Good.
Go ahead. Okay, that's a good one. A lot of people were saying that the animals would get really, really, really cold. So the animals freeze or possibly die, right? Because it's too cold for them. Go ahead.
The thermometer might go 1,000 under zero.
So this group, they looked at the pictures. And do you remember in the beginning of the story, the mercury gets so hot that it shoots out? It's on one of the pictures. They said maybe now the thermometer that has the mercury in it will get so cold, the mercury will go down and it'll break, it'll shatter. That one's a good one. So the mercury shatters the thermometer. Wilson?
The chickens turned into ice cubes and the milk of the cow was frozen. No?
Okay, so we said frozen milk. Who said something else about the milk over here? What did you say?
That the milk turned into ice cream.
So that's an idea, right? So maybe the milk freezes and maybe it turns into ice cream. So we'll write both. So frozen milk and then turns into ice cream. And then your other one was that the chickens turned into ice cube, you said? We'll use that one. Chickens turn into ice cubes. That's still a little right. Josh.
Can I tell people food to feed animals?
Okay, so maybe there's no food to feed animals. How about 3 more? Go ahead. Yeah. Okay, so the flowers die because soil cold. Yes?
That when the dog turned purple.
Oh, I like that. So instead of the dog turning blue, maybe he turns purple. Okay, so the dog turns purple. And this time, is he turning a color because he's surprised? He's turning a color because he's cold. Do your lips turn purple when you're cold? Yeah, right? Or red. Sometimes they get really red. One last one. Go ahead. The food will get spoiled, so we can put that in. Okay, so all these ideas, and you guys might have more. That's okay if you wrote something that we didn't put on your chart. You can still use it. Okay, so let's go over them. The popcorn turns into a popsicle. Animals freeze or they die. The mercury shatters the thermometer. Frozen milk, or it turns into ice cream. The chickens turn into ice cubes. There's no food to feed the animals. The flowers die because the soil is cold. The dog turns purple, and the food gets spoiled. So those are all good ideas that we could put in our sequel of the cold wave, okay? So now what I need you to do is take out a piece of paper. And if you don't have a sheet of paper, you can borrow from a neighbor. Like a sheet of loose leaf paper or a notebook paper.
Make sure that you write your names so you're not on the chart, okay? Oh, you did. Good job, Christian. Write your names in the top, okay?
Here's a notebook. That would work. Okay.
You said you weren't on the list.
Now everybody's got their sheet of paper.
That's not what
This
you
piece
said.
of paper
Then mine, so then
is what you're going to write your sequel on.
to be on my list.
So sometimes sequels will start where the first story ended. Okay, so what I'm going to have you do is flip to the last page of the book, and we're going to refresh our memory. We're going to try to remember how the story ends exactly, okay? So can I have a volunteer with a loud voice so that everybody can hear? Read the last page. It should be on page 376. I need a loud, loud, loud voice. Joshua, go ahead.
The weather rained and the barn cooled down, and the cows stopped feeding too. They didn't seem much affected, except the fuzz on their hides never grew back. Ma had to knit them all sweaters for the winter. So that's how I saved the farm by planting lettuce. In case you're wondering how lettuce cools down the air. Could cool the air. It wasn't just any kind of lettuce. You see, it was iceberg lettuce. I did make one mistake though. I miscalculated the amount of lettuce I needed and planted too much. Kansas had an awful early snowfall that year, but none of us ever let on why.
Okay, good job, thank you. So the ending, the last sentence talks about how Kansas had a snowstorm, right? They had an early snowfall. So if I was to write a sequel, if I was to write the next story, how might I start my next story? Does anybody have an idea? Yeah. That works. So say it louder. I don't think everybody heard you.
It was a freezing cold day.
Yeah. And what are you talking about when you're saying it was a freezing cold day?
It was
It was snowing. Yeah.
Cups of snow.
Cups of snow, so just tons of snow, right? When you're talking about outside and where the story is taking place, what is that called?
The setting?
The setting. So you could start your sequel by talking about the setting. So we're still on the same farm, but what's different in our cold wave? Somebody other than Miguel. Gonzalo, what's different about our cold?
It's cold.
Our cold wave? It's cold. So is it going to be like really, really, really hot outside? No, right? And are we going to be able to walk around in shorts and t-shirts? So what else could be different if we were in a cold wave?
We need to be wearing big jackets and not
Yeah. So maybe your character, the main character, the girl from the story, maybe now she has to wear the big puffy coat and the hats and the gloves, right? Just to make sure she's not super cold. So you can use either the setting, or you can talk about the character, or if you can think of another way to start your sequel, you guys can create your story. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to let you spend the next 5 minutes thinking about how I might start the story and possibly writing your first sentence, okay? So, we'll come back after everybody's started writing. We'll share with each other, see if we can build some ideas, and we'll continue from there, okay? Go ahead and start. So there was an idea, I'm going to interrupt for 2 seconds. Maybe in your sequel, you're the main character. So if you were writing the story, what could you say? Can you use the word I in your story? If you're the one in it? What did you say, Wilson? I heard you say something. What did you say? Yeah. you're writing the story from your own perspective, you can use the word I. Okay? So go ahead. Think about how you might start your story. Okay, so how do you guys want to start your stories? Go ahead. Okay. That's good. So you're saying it was a really cold day and there was snow outside, a lot of snow. That's good. You're describing your setting. Did you have an idea? Okay. Right? That's how the other one ended. So now we're starting with, we were in Kansas and it was super, Still thinking? Okay. Okay, that's good. Because now it's like it's not That's what you're doing now. You're thinking about that. How do you want to start? It's up to you. Okay, that works. Oh, okay. What are you describing? Yes. Okay, we're going to take a time out real quick from our writing. I've seen some really good ideas for people starting their stories. Does anybody want to share their idea? Go ahead. Good job. So she's already starting to write more than just her beginning, right? But she says it was the coldest day in Kansas. That's a good one, right? Somebody else, Joshua.
It was a cold, freezing day on the Kansas farm. I had to wear a big jacket and it was cold, so I put a whole bunch of t-shirts outside and I planted a flag.
Oh, so he thought of something new, but he says that it's so cold that now he's got to wear his big puffy jacket and his hat and his gloves, right? So he's describing